If you're unhappy in your life, even to the slightest bit, please listen to this. So, I wanted to talk about this subject, and it is a very important subject for me to talk about. But I figured that I would get out and go out in nature and talk about it. So, I'm trying to get to some trails that I'm very familiar with, but for some reason, getting there has always been a pain for me. I've always managed to take the wrong road too early and end up in these back roads that I really have no idea where I am. So, yeah, I will get there soon. Finally made it out here. It's called the Botanical Gardens. For those of you who live in Kansas, it's an Overland Park, so maybe you're familiar with it. I think I've gotten a better spot now. It's not as windy over here. It is absolutely beautiful out here. And you'd have to be out here to really be able to see it, but you can probably see it through the video. But anyways, as I've probably said before in a video, one of the things that really saddens me a lot is when I come across people who aren't happy in life and they don't feel like they have a sense of control to change that. Many people feel victim to life. Many people feel victim. Trying to figure out which trail I want to go. There's like several of them. I think this is the one that I've gone before, the longer one. But there are so many people who feel victim in life in that they don't think that they can get what they want, or they're unhappy but they don't necessarily know what they want or what's going to change that, which is one of the reasons why, as I've probably talked about many times before, I think one of the most important components of being happy in life is actually having an idea of yourself, and more importantly, what has meaning to you. What excites you, what makes you happy. And I'm gonna say it as happy because I think that this is what a lot of people explain it as. Happiness is that they're searching for, but I truly believe it's fulfillment. But perhaps happiness is the word that we're so accustomed to saying, but I think it's fulfillment that is what many people are searching for. Fulfillment goes a little bit further than simply happiness. Fulfillment, and the reason why I say this is because happiness is more so of a temporary thing. In the search of this, people go towards things such as relationships. Just show you guys what I'm seeing out here. People go for things such as relationships and certain careers or whatever, because they think that is where happiness lies and where it lives. And as you may find out with this sort of thing, it's so temporary. When you're searching for things like that, you're looking for someone else to bring happiness in your life. It's very temporary, and that's the reason why happiness is such a temporary emotion. It comes and goes, and sometimes it goes and you don't necessarily know why. But fulfillment, as I said before, is a little bit deeper than that, because fulfillment is more so related to who you are. It's more so related to what has meaning to you, and it's connected with your identity, with who you are, as I said. And that is one of the reasons why I believe that knowing yourself is a big component of being happy in life. Knowing yourself is a big component of finding fulfillment. And that journey to actually discovering yourself is something that can take years. It can take years. It's not something that you will find with taking a quick moment to think. It's something that you will take these up. It's not so sunny back here. Something that can take a lot of time. And I think many people are afraid to embark on that because it seems daunting at first. It took me all of my 25 years of life to really discover who I was, and to really reach that point in which I knew what I wanted in life. And when I found that point, my life has really been on an uphill since. And I can't say that it's been downhill before, but what I mean is my life has had purpose ever since I found that. And that is another very strong point. Purpose is very tied to finding fulfillment in your life. When you wake up and you have something to go after, something that has a lot of meaning to you based on who you are. I keep having trouble looking at the camera versus the screen, but when you find that in your life, when you find what it is that you truly believe that is what you're here to do, or at least give yourself something to do. And that's the thing. It's not so much as, you know, some defined purpose that was here when we were born. It's more so, you know, saying, this is what I want to do. I spent years asking myself about what was my purpose and all that sort of stuff, because I thought it was something that was given to me. But earlier this year, at the beginning of the year, I truly became convinced of what it was, and I actually chose it. Sorry. But so yeah, like I said, that is perhaps one of the saddest things that I have found, that people don't think that they can be happy in life. And many people, and here's the way I like to think about it: if you have any sort of friction in your life, or you feel that something's missing, there's a good chance that it is. And that is where that purpose comes in. It's not to say that, oh, you should be doing this or you should be doing that. That is why it's very important to really discover yourself and know what you like. Take a little stop here. Like I said, it is a really nice day out. I love spending time out in the outdoors. Growing up in Alabama, that was a big part of who I am. But so yeah, that is why it's important that you know, discover yourself, because that is tied to what you can do. That is tied to you knowing what purpose, or giving yourself a purpose. And you can only find that with knowing who you are. And because that is important, because you don't want to be doing something that you're not truly connected with, because there will always be friction in that. And you may find that you spent several years doing it and you're still not happy. So yeah, I think, you know, happiness and fulfillment, it is available to us all. But you can't get into this mindset to think that it's something that comes easy. It doesn't. When I discovered what it was that I truly want to do in life, there were several scary moments after that discovery, because, you know, as time went on, I truly recognized that, you know, my happiness in life is connected to me on the, you know, pursuing the journey, or being on the journey of discovering, or fulfilling that purpose. And I realized that that is something that is not very easy. With what I want to do, is something that's going to take years and years, and it may be, you know, several decades before I even are able to achieve it. But, you know, I'm on the journey now, and that is the important thing. And I think for anyone to go towards fulfillment, you have to really acknowledge from the start that this is not something that comes overnight. It is not something that, you know, will happen instantly. I think I've reached a bit of a dead end here. I've been out here several times before, but for some reason I always manage to get lost, just like my way of getting here. But you know, it's not something that comes instantly, and that is perhaps the scariest part. So I think that, you know, if you have any sort of feeling in your life, or any thought that something is missing, chances are it is. And it is not good to put that behind. It is good to acknowledge that, and you know, start thinking, you know, what's missing from your life. And there's a very good chance that it could be purpose, something to pursue. I think many people drift in life because they don't have a target or a destination or something that they're going after. And it's not so much of something that you can get and have forever. It's more so something that you can journey on for your entire life. I think fulfillment is a continuous journey until you die. It's not something that you reach and you have and it just sticks with you. It's more long term than happiness for sure, but fulfillment is a journey. And that journey comes through discovering yourself and, you know, what truly connects with you. So I think that's very important. I'm gonna move on up a little bit, show you a little bit more parts of this trail. I'm on the more so paved side of the little walk here. Some little monuments or statues or whatever you want to call them all along through here, so that's pretty cool. But so the other thing that I want to talk about or mention, you know, as far as the topic goes is, you know, when you discover what it is, when you discover what that purpose is, or, you know, what it is you're going to pursue, you may have a little fear, or it may scare you. And I think that's actually a good thing, because, you know, when you feel that, don't let that discourage you. Don't let the fear consume you. Because I think when you discover what your purpose is, you are absolutely willing to do whatever it takes to achieve it. And it sort of takes that sometimes. And it's going to be an uphill journey. And I think that's what discourages a lot of people. I've reached this point where, there's absolutely nothing I feel that's going to stop me from achieving that which I've given myself to do. Let's turn it, get out of the sun here. And it takes that, because life is going to be rough. It's not always going to be easy sailing. Some more stuff here. I think this is a Michael Jackson monument or something. Not monument, but I don't know. It's kind of random, quite random for this to be out here. But so yeah, when you discover whatever that is, get my hand off the camera. When you discover whatever that is, don't be afraid to go after it. And if it looks like an uphill journey from the start, and I think that's great, because there's no easy path. There's no easy path to what you want out of life. And to those who pursue that easy path, they're never going to get it. They're never going to get it. Because, a lot of people complain and they say, oh, this person was successful because they start off with money, or, this happened overnight for them. And that's just not the reality. It's just not the reality. There's lots of behind the scenes that you don't see when people reach their success and they reach what they want in life. That many people don't see. And from the outside, it looks like it was easy for them, but it wasn't. So, discover what that is. And if it's a challenge, then that is great. It should be a challenge. Because happiness, fulfillment is not something that comes easy. And that is the journey of life. It's not something that comes easy. It's something that you can engage in, that you can have your heart fully in, and that you will go after relentlessly. Set your life up in such a way that allow you to get it. People are dying so quickly at such young ages. I lost my uncle earlier this year, and he was only about 40 years old. And the saddening part about that is he probably thought the same way. Is something interesting. I remember my dad was out here when they visited once. He was sitting on this thing, and I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do that. But what was I even saying? He probably thought the same way that many people think, that it can't happen to me. There's an accident always. There's someone getting killed or someone having an accident, and they may have thought the same thing in the moments before it happened, that I'm fine, but it happens to someone. And that's the weird thing. So you can't get caught into that mindset of you're invincible. Life is limited. We don't know when that end time is going to come. Just like my uncle, as he may have thought everything was fine weeks before, it didn't happen that way. And he, unfortunately died at the young age of, he was in his 40s, but still quite young. So, take it seriously. I think that everyone deserves to be happy. Everyone deserves to be fulfilled. And it just takes, starting the journey and, being willing to go through the struggles to get there. It is worth it. It is absolutely worth every inch of blood, sweat, and tears, or whatever you can put into it. So, yeah. Anyways, we're at the end of the trail just about. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Stick around for more. See you later.